Hey guys, I am back with episode 158 movie review. And again, these are ones that were sitting and I just haven't had time to do, but I did write them out like with really good notes, so this shouldn't be too bad. And this was a good movie too, like definitely worth watching. So episode 158, I did Bad Times at the El Royale. Royale. Okay, so this is from 2018, and I recommend watching it on Freevee. You could also watch it on Amazon Prime. It's a thriller mystery, and it's very long. It's 2 hours and 22 minutes, but it's worth it, and it goes faster than you think. It doesn't drag at all. Google wasn't a huge fan, but didn't hate it. So Google gave it a 64% rating, then called it ominous, thrilling, and dark. And I agree. This was a sad movie, and I even wrote literally in my notes, sad movie. It's like depressing, but it's also good. So anyway, this whole movie takes place similar to the movie Go. So I don't know if you guys have seen it. I've seen it 100 billion times, and I've done a review on it. So I can even maybe put the link below. But the movie Go is about it's like 3 different stories, and then they combine them all. So it is similar to that. This one is several lives that intertwine while spending one night at the El Royale, a now rundown hotel that sits on the border of California and Nevada. Literally. So they have like this line, and it's in the middle of the hotel, the parking lot, everything, blocking the border of the two. And I think it's like if you go to California, you have to pay like $1 more or something. But again, it's 1969, way before my time, so prices were quite cheap. I think the coffee was like 25 cents a cup. So 7 strangers all end up affecting the others' lives one fateful night. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of an idea. There's so much on the movie, I really don't want to give it all away, but I will go over some of it. All the strangers. So one is a hotel manager with a bad past. An innocent soul singer. Keep in mind, this is 69. A traveling salesman who's actually a police officer type of person, I believe. At least they call him, I believe they refer to him as a cop. And he is in that line of work. 2 disturbed sisters. A man pretending to be a priest. And the mysterious Billy Lee. So the only question is who will survive this horrible, sad night. And let's go over the cast. So I'm going to go over the main ones. So we'll start with the hotel manager, just because he's a hotel manager. So Miles Miller, he's the only person that works at this hotel that they show. They talk about other people behind the scenes, or he does. But he's the only person that you see and that's there that night. And he's played by Louis Pullman. Darlene Sweet, she's the singer, played by Cynthia Erivo. I think she's probably the most innocent of the group, honestly, and least deserving of this night. There's the cop, Lorraine Seymour, played by John Hamm. Did we just do one by him? I'm not sure. Hamm? Can't remember now. There's Emily Summerspring. So she's the older sister. And then Rose Summerspring, who is the, like, kidnapped younger sister. It's, like, not really kidnapped, but it's kind of shown that way. So Darlene's played by Emily's played by Dakota Johnson. And the younger sister, Rose, is played by Kaylee Spaney. The thief, also known as Father, Daniel Flynn, is played by Jeff Bridges. And Billy Lee is played by Chris Hemsworth. Now, a little bit of a spoiler alert, he is a cult leader. So it's really, it becomes so obvious, and there's not really a whole lot of him until more towards the end. And you find out right away, basically, who he, or what he is. I'm gonna do my warnings. They're on a whole separate page, and I'm struggling big time here. Okay, so for my warnings, dog and cat, no. Bug, no. Drugs, there's smoking, especially by the older sister, like nonstop. I don't know what she's smoking. They call her a hippie when she first walks in, so whatever. Excessive gore, I'm gonna say, let's do somewhat. Violence and death, yes, of course. Clowns, no. Vomit, no. Blood, yes. Gross scenes, I'm gonna say yes. They're like disturbing in a lot of ways. Hospital scenes, no. And mental institution scenes, no. But I believe the entire movie is played out, the whole night, the entire time they're together. It's all played out at the hotel or parking lot or like a main room or one of their rooms. There is no leaving this hotel. And they even make it so that it's possible to leave the hotel. However, there are these flashbacks of, I think, all the characters somewhat. And then you see other things, but there's none of those. So for suicide is a no. Shaky cams, no. Abortion was no. Rape was no. Sexual content was no, and nudity was no. So even though this sad movie from 2018, I still have to give it, ready for this one, might surprise you, 4 stars. I don't know. It was so long, and I didn't expect to get this into it. What got me interested was the fact that it was such an old, took place from a long time ago, and was in this, like, hotel, and from, I think this was a first. I hit pause, so I don't know how much that was on camera, but, like, a salesperson just rang my doorbell during my longest movie, I think, that I've ever done. So yeah, sorry about that. He's still here, not leaving, so hold on a second. Okay, so that guy just like killed my movie review, and not redoing it because we're already 7 minutes in, and I was pretty much done, but I gave it 4 stars, and I think I was saying because of like the whole setup, and the hotel does look really cool. It's definitely designed up for 69, and everything, like the parts they played, everything, like you could just, you know, they definitely acted like from back then, not today's world. So I definitely recommend watching it on Freevee. Okay, I do remember what I was gonna say. There's a special thing about this hotel, and not in a good way. So there's a whole nother side of this hotel, I'm just gonna say, that you don't see from the outside. I don't really want to give this away because it's a huge spoiler alert, but it does happen in the very, very beginning, after the one guy, the cop, he checks into the, what's called honeymoon suite, okay? After that, he then tears the room apart and goes on a little adventure around the hotel, and the hotel manager is not around, so he gets to take a tour of it, all right? This is one of the best parts of the movie, and it explains, like, so much stuff. So, definitely, that's in the very beginning, so you'll find out right away. I'm not going to say what he sees, because I'll just ruin it for you. There's no point. So that, and the other stuff I said, and the fact that, like, you got the cult leader, you got the singer, like, all these things are stuff that, you know, you wouldn't be seeing today. Or at least not to this extreme. The difference between good and bad people in this movie are also very interesting, because other than the singer, these people, like, at some point you may think some are bad, some are good. It's just like, it just goes back and forth. Like, there's a lot of hidden stuff to them. Even the singer, it's just that hers is not as, she just doesn't have, she has one bad moment where, like, I thought, well, maybe possibly she could have been, like, a bad person, but she wasn't. And the other ones are all, like, questionable even up till the end. So I definitely say give it a try and watch it. Brian didn't see it, so I can't tell you somebody else's opinion. I say 4. We're at 10 minutes. Why don't you guys check it out? Leave a comment below if you like it.